Beyond the pages.
Beyond the pages.
Welcome back, dear listeners, to the grand finale of our podcast for the year 2023. Beyond the Pages is brought to you by Accessible Publishers Limited, your foremost book publishing company in Nigeria. My name is Uchechukwu, and I'm joined today by my co-host James Adeola.
Hello everyone, it's been an incredible journey. As we wind down this year, we are taking a trip down the memory lane with our last podcast titled Beyond the Pages Diaries, Stories we Shared in 2023. In this episode, we are revisiting the fantastic journey we've had since July. It's been a whirlwind of fascinating topics, incredible guests, and insightful discussions that have shaped our love for books and learning.
Yeah, surely I must say it has been an amazing journey so far with our trailer, then our first episode, A Day in the Life of a Book Lover, from July 2023 till dates. We explored the enchanting world of literature and shared personal stories of how book shaped our lives.
Beyond the pages.
My best stories are romance, happily ever after stories. I had to go back to reading a romance story that I've always enjoyed from an author that I enjoy, Julia Quince. I had to go back to reading her book track, and that was what revived me. So if you are experiencing a reading slump, I will advise that the best thing is look for one story that you used to enjoy, that you really enjoy. Pick that story. It will help you revive that feeling again.
Yeah, of course. It was a beautiful moment with Mrs. Mayowa Ayede-Paul, who led us through the magical moment of what it feels like to be a book lover, what happens when you open the pages of a book and let yourself get lost in a story.
In episode 2, we shifted gears to discuss transformative tips for students. We aimed to provide valuable insights for students looking to excel academically.
Beyond the pages.
Know what works for you. Okay. What works for Mr. A might not work for Mr. B. We are different people and we all cannot work in the same direction. We all have our goals to achieve. So know what works for you. Know when you should read, when not to read. Know when to take a break, when not to take a break. Could be reading in the night. I remember when I was in uni, I used to read better at night. I don't read with music and all that. So just know what works for you so that you are on the right track to academic excellence.
Yeah, I think that habit is very important.
I'm a night reader. So I read a lot.
Yes.
I used to have a friend that can't read without listening to music.
I can't even do that too.
No, it's working for him.
That's what I'm saying, that we are different. Now we are different. Like we are different imams. So what is working for Judith might not work for James. What's working for Bamisha might not work for Judith. Something like that. So it's just trying to figure out what works for you and how to also how to build on that. Yeah, basically.
From effective study habit to time management, we explored the keys to unlocking academic success and personal growth.
Storytime Chronicles was the third episode we had. The episode was titled Storytime Chronicles, diving into the pages of Kololo. We explored the story of Kololo, a stingy boy who learned the hard way. The episode 3 was a deep dive into the storytelling aspects of the book, unraveling its themes and characters.
Beyond the pages.
Within an hour, the children under the watchful eyes of the teacher had put up a beautiful study tent. Soon, they were playing all sorts of games. Kololo soon got tired and hungry, but he did not want to share lunch with anybody. He had an idea.
Let's play hide and seek,
he said with a smile on his lips. Yes, hide and seek, the other children chorused.
Okay,
Mr. Organi agreed.
but after that, we must break for lunch.
I'll go first.
Kololo grabbed his lunch pack and disappeared into the thick forest. He tried to go as far away from others as he could, so he could eat his food alone. He ran and ran and ran till he was too tired to run anymore. He stopped under a big tree, sat down and started eating alone. Back in the camp, the others were looking for him. Kololo! Kololo! They were all calling out. Their voices echoed back and frightened away the little birds in the trees.
This is amazing, dear listeners. You will all agree with us that this book is an amazing read for kids. This episode is a must listen for all kids out there. Do well to check it out. Kololo is written by a seasoned author, Dr. Victor Okai.
Episode 4 was all about parenting with practical ways of raising confident children. We delved into nurturing environments and crucial roles of encouragement in a child's growth. We were able to explore various ways parents can raise confident and beautiful children.
Beyond the pages.
There are lots of ways to build self-confidence in children, starting from age 2. Children must be taught how to do things by themselves, like brushing of teeth, how to handle spoon, how to eat. When you teach them from that age, and then you correct them along the way, you are telling them that you have confidence in them, that they can do better. So from age 2, especially household work, children can be taught. A child, like a boy or a girl, with little broom, you can tell him how to handle a broom in order to sweep the floor, how to wash plates. Although they are going to waste your resources, your material, during the time of learning, but as time goes on, they will be perfect.
Mrs. Nyoda Foluke actually did justice to the topic, the practical ways of raising confident children, and I think all parents out there and even young generations should listen to this particular episode.
Yeah, it's an episode that nobody should miss for anything. So moving on to the 5th episode, we unveiled our top novel pick for students that can spark curiosity and inspire young minds. We touched 5 books in that episode, 5 amazing books from accessible publishers. We touched The Benue, we touched Sacrilege, One Cut Too Deep, Forbidden Son, and Diary of Regrets.
Beyond the pages.
Jubril, so what would you say about this novel?
Yeah, exactly. This novel is particularly fascinating, and I'm sure every reader that picks up this book to read, it will leave them wanting more. You know, The Benue is it's a very gripping exploration of love, loss, and the unwavering strength of human spirit. The readers should get ready to be transported on an emotional roller coaster as the author, Winston Agbotebi. With a vivid storytelling, it dwells into the life of a young American woman who embarks on a journey of love and cultural immersion. The young white American lady falls in love with a Nigerian student in the US. The tale of love unfolds beautifully as she navigates the intricacies of cross-cultural marriage filled with warmth and shared dreams. Getting married to the love of your life. You still have that euphoria. They were happy. And as their love blossomed, they had to go ahead and tie the knots. They got married. And out of curiosity and out of love for her husband, she demanded to know his roots and family in Nigeria. Well, the husband reluctantly agreed that, okay, they're going to embark on a trip down to Africa, Benue State and Nigeria to be precise, so that she could get to acclimatize with his people and his family. On getting to Nigeria, she was received with enthusiastic public reception by the people of Benue, of Makurdi in Benue State. She was basking in the euphoria of having to see, there are a whole lot of things that amazes you when you get to another place entirely. But at the long run, the author's portrayal of her resilience, at the long run, she was basking in the euphoria of, having to go down to her husband's people to be rightfully accepted. As a white woman, she sees a whole lot of black boys and girls running after her. But things actually take a different turn. I think that's where the story actually unfolds.
Yeah.
When tragedy strikes. She was bedeviled, it was heart-wrenching, and the author had to portray her resilience and complexity of tradition and the hardship she faced in widowhood.
Choosing the right book for young readers can indeed ignite a lifelong love for literature. It was an exciting moment as we shared our story that went beyond the pages and left a lasting impact on all our listeners.
So you need to know, have you gotten this book from Accessible Publishers Limited? This is the right time for you to go back to that episode, listen to it, and get those books. So moving on to the 6th episode, we gave a glimpse of what it feels like in a life of a teacher. The episode is for teachers, as it was done as our little way of celebrating our own International Teachers' Day. So we were able to walk into the shoes of young teachers, experienced teachers, to know and understand how they feel being a teacher.
Beyond the pages.
It is quest for knowledge that drove me into this teaching profession. I love teaching because it is a profession that motivates you to study every day. So you won't be lazy when it comes to reading. There is no excuse for not studying. So you want to gain more knowledge, then you want to have stuff upstairs. Now when you come across anybody and anybody comes across you are able to respond to the person adequately.
Yeah, we can detect that from even what you are saying. Like, the passion is there. One thing about teaching is that many of them are passionate like that. They take teaching very personal.
I want to say thank you to our guest, Mrs. Elizabeth. She really did justice to that. It was an episode close to her heart, honoring the unsung heroes in education. Teaching is not just a profession, it's a commitment to nurturing future leaders and innovators. We walked through the shoes of teachers and felt their genuine effort and commitment. Do well to listen to this episode.
Yeah, of course. Then moving to our 7th episode, we did Words Meet Art. We revealed the secret behind successful author-book designer partnership in book publishing. This special episode was brought to light by our distinguished guest, Mr. Adebayo Adedapo. He was able to do very beautiful justice to that episode.
Beyond the pages.
We are in a multicultural society in Nigeria, and then you want to write a book, and then your book is purely focused on maybe writing against a particular culture. You understand? You as an expert can bring that to the mindset of the author and say, no, can you look at a different perspective, or is this what you want to achieve? You understand? So those are some ethical things that don't come out. Another very crucial one is when it comes to book design is ethically the use of images and content. So when it comes to images, where is your image from? Are you paying for it? Is it stock image? Or you're just grabbing image on the internet before somebody will come and sue you? So that's it. And another very ethical consideration is even the content. Is the author the owner of the content? Or the person is just scraping it from some other person's wall or page and then making it his or her own? So those are things to just carefully discuss with the author or find out from the author if those things have been considered, you understand, before then going ahead, so that at the end of the day you don't produce a book that is controversial, a book that is not acceptable, among a lot of other things. So those are just a few.
I must say this episode is an eye-opener on any aspect of book design. Design isn't just about the aesthetics, it's about enhancing the reader's experience and complementing the author's vision. So are you a book publisher or an author or a book designer? Don't miss out on this episode.
Of course, and in the last but not the least episode, that's the episode 8, the second story chronicles we've had this year, we followed the tale of Bode the Brave Boy. The first story chronicle we had was Kololo, then the second one was Bode the Brave Boy, a journey filled with courage, resilience, and the power of storytelling. This book is written to instill bravery in the hearts of young ones.
Beyond the pages.
I finished washing my clothes at noon and took them outside to the clothesline to dry. I heard a loud cry from the house next to ours. A woman was screaming and calling on everybody to help her. The voice was Mama Sikiru's. I recognized it immediately. I left my clothes in the bucket and asked Lola to help me hang them on the clothesline. I ran fast to Mama Sikiru's house. Mama Sikiru and two other women were peering into an uncompleted well close to the back fence. She was crying and calling her 3-year-old son Sikiru. Sikiru! Sikiru! She shouted his name again and again. A few other children were standing around and watching the three women. The other tenants had gone out. No other adults were in the compound. Mama Sikiru, what is the matter? I asked. She looked at me and continued to cry. She knelt and peered into the well again. Where is Sikiru? I asked. I looked at the other women who cried out in confusion.
Sikiru fell into the well,
one of the women said. Without another word to any of them, I ran to the spot where the well diggers left the ladder they worked with. It was placed against the back fence. They would come later to continue their work, but there was no time to waste. Sikiru was in the well and had to be brought out. I half carried and half dragged the ladder to the well. There was a heap of fresh sand from the hole the men had dug the previous day. I asked the woman to help me put the ladder into the hole.
Yeah, the book is a must read and the episode was a captivating one. So we read out the story of this young boy who showed bravery against all odds. This book is written by a seasoned and award-winning author, Professor Akachi Ademola Eze-Igbo.
As we wrap up with this incredible year, we want to express our gratitude to our listeners. Your support and engagement have made this podcast a true joy. We appreciate you so much for being with us and listening to each of our episodes. It has been a wonderful start, and we know that 2024 will be a very, very, very amazing one for all of us.
Yes, I also look forward to 2024. Indeed, your love for literature and learning has been the driving force behind each episode. As we bid farewell to 2023, we look forward to a new year filled with more captivating stories, inspiring guests, and enriching conversations.
So until then, we meet again in the new year. Keep reading, keep learning, and keep sharing the magic of books. Happy holidays and a fantastic new year ahead.
Join us again next time as we explore other captivating topics that take us on a thrilling literary journey. So we would really love you to check us out on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. We are also on TikTok and YouTube, Accessible Publishers Limited, and on Twitter, follow us on X at AccessiblePL. You can also check us out on our website www.accessiblepublishers.com.